Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to explore a profoundly emotional yet highly structured family journey. We're going to be looking at a deeply personal, incredibly real account of a pilgrimage to Makkah. It's this amazing up-close look at how physical travel and spiritual growth completely intertwine. Imagine the absolute awe of receiving the ultimate call to Hajj. Put yourself right in the shoes of this family. As our source material shows, the mother doesn't just tell her kids they're going on some regular vacation. No, she frames this massive undertaking as a divine calling, telling them, Allah invited us to Hajj. It's an incredibly powerful hook, right? It sets this profound tone from the very beginning. This isn't just a trip. It's a direct response to a divine invitation.
Section 1, an invitation to Hajj. Preparing for the trip. Okay, let's dive into this. We're jumping right into this fast-paced, exciting preparation phase. Passports are packed, bags are zipped, and a rock-solid foundation of trusting in Allah is established before they even walk out the front door. You know, the sheer scale of this logistical undertaking contrasts so beautifully with the innocent, high-energy excitement of the kids. They're packing at home, rushing to flight BA 285 to London, catching a connection to Jeddah, finally arriving in Makkah, and eventually journeying to Medina. And along the way, we get these wonderful sensory details. The kids are receiving tiny airplane wing stickers from the crew, they're yelling zoom, zoom, and marveling at the planes, which they enthusiastically call flying houses. It's a huge undertaking. Actually, scratch that, it's a massive global journey, all seen through the bright, wide eyes of a child. Section 2, the travel prayer. Seeking guidance. Now, the physical act of actually boarding those giant airplanes triggers a crucial shift. The family completely transitions into a spiritual mindset by reciting the traditional Islamic travel prayer. Just picture it, looking out the window at the endless clouds, feeling the rumble as the plane takes off, and reciting, "Glory be to the one who has placed this transport at our service." It's a really powerful moment of acknowledging our own human limitations. As they speed through the sky, they're actively recognizing that without divine provision, this entire journey simply wouldn't be possible. And this brilliantly illustrates a key moment from the source. The travel prayer asks for piety. Of course, the kids naturally ask what that word actually means, and the mother immediately breaks down this massive, complex spiritual concept into something so simple and child-friendly. Piety means making choices that make Allah happy. It's direct, it's clear, and it perfectly grounds the entire journey for them. Let's look a bit closer at the actual structure of this prayer, because it is remarkably practical. It systematically covers all the anxieties of leaving your family and wealth behind. Step 1, asking for goodness and piety. Step 2, asking to lighten the journey and physically shorten the distance. And Step 3, seeking refuge from the absolute hardships of travel, dreadful sights, and the fear of coming back to find misfortune at home. It's essentially a comprehensive spiritual checklist for safely leaving home. Section 3. Arrival at the Kaaba. Section 3. Arrival at the Kaaba. Entering the Holy Mosque. After all the long flights, the endless lines, and the exhausting transit, the family finally spots the highway signs pointing to Makkah. And here, all that high-energy excitement quiets down into a profound, awestruck reverence as they arrive at the house of Allah. This brings us to the immense significance of the Talbiyah chant, "Here I am, O Allah, here you have no partner." Think back to that divine invitation we talked about at the very start of our explainer. This chant, it is the ultimate, spoken response to that invitation. It represents total, willing submission. They were invited by their Creator, and now they are standing right there, declaring, "Here I am." The source captures a remarkably raw, emotional peak right here. The mother says, "I'm crying. Alhamdulillah, we made it." It perfectly marks the definitive end of the physical travel and the start of a profoundly spiritual arrival. It's not just about reaching a point on a map, you know? It's the overwhelming relief, the joy, and the complete spiritual release of finally stepping foot in a sacred destination. Section 4. Lessons of Hajj. Trust and endurance. Let's shift gears to the rituals performed in Mecca. These actions are deeply grounded in historical events that the family recounts together. And as they partake in these rituals, there's a heavy focus on sensory experiences, like drinking what the children describe as water that feels special. In this incredibly tactile, grounding moment, the family shares a unified prayer, asking to be kept united in faith and always guided to the light. It's just a beautiful instance of physical nourishment tied directly to spiritual grounding. These physical rituals aren't just motions. They're used as an active teaching tool to remind the kids of the historical figure of Hajar. Her incredible legacy really boils down to two pillars: complete trust in Allah and absolutely never giving up. By walking exactly where she walked, the children aren't just hearing a history lesson. They are actively, physically internalizing those core values of endurance and absolute trust. Section 5. Peace in Medina, the Prophet's Mosque.
Traveling past the beautiful, sprawling mountains, the family makes their way to the Prophet's Mosque, and the entire tone of the journey shifts so noticeably. It feels so calm here. This sentiment perfectly contrasts with the overwhelming awe and the heavy emotional tears we saw at the Kaaba. In Medina, the city where the beloved Prophet lived, the source describes this deep, settling peace. It's a much-needed time for quiet reflection and tranquility after the intense spiritual peaks of Makkah.
Section 6. A journey changed us. Lessons learned. So, the crucial point is, what did all this grueling travel actually accomplish in the end? The children themselves beautifully express these core realizations. Helping others teaches us patience. Kindness makes us better. And above all, always remember Allah. The demanding nature of a massive pilgrimage, the dense crowds, the endless travel, the physical exhaustion, it fundamentally builds character and empathy, especially for the younger members of the family who are just absorbing everything like sponges. Now, this contrast captures the absolute central thesis of our entire source material. On one hand, we have the physical act of traveling to a place, but on the other hand, we have the true purpose, traveling closer to Allah. Hajj is not just about moving your physical body across the globe on a bunch of airplanes. It is fundamentally about moving your spirit closer to the divine. As they reflect on their time, the family comes to a profound, lasting realization. We came as travelers and leave changed forever. They also note that the happiest hearts are the hearts that remember Allah. It completely cements the idea that a true journey doesn't just give you a couple of souvenirs or photos for the album, it permanently and irrevocably alters who you are as a human being. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Where will your next journey take your heart? Whether your travels take you physically across the world or spiritually within your own daily life, I hope this deep dive inspires you to consider how your next journey might change you forever. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.